Hi, my name is Lloyd Stevens. Today I'm going to be talking about a giving voice to values case titled A Team Player. So a brief overview of the presentation. I'm going to first talk about a brief summary of the case, what happened, what was the situation where the person needed to give voice to their values. Second, how this case fits into Kohlberg's model for moral development. And then finally, how I would resolve the case. So a brief summary, Barbara is part of an audit group who is doing an audit for a company. During this audit, Diane, one of the members, realizes that there is an inventory deficiency in the client's inventory system. This was something that she failed to recognize during the physical observation of the inventory. So as she realizes this and tells the group about it, Barbara recommends that they should inform Jessica, who is the direct supervisor over the group. Diane doesn't want to tell Jessica, perhaps acting out of her own self-interest. She doesn't want to look bad because she failed to recognize the deficiency in her physical observation, or perhaps doesn't want to be the person who discovered this situation at all. The group feels similar to Diane, and as a group, the majority votes not to inform Jessica. But Barbara still feels uneasy about the situation. She fears that perhaps Jessica will discover the situation on her own, or it'll lead to bigger problems with the client down the road. So when we take a step back and look at this through Kohlberg's model of moral development, we can break it down into Diane. She's acting in the pre-conventional level. She's acting in a very egocentric way, looking out for her own self-interest first, fear that perhaps telling Jessica will make her look bad because she didn't discover the problem on her own. As a group, they're acting in the conventional level of Kohlberg's model. Because Jessica has authority of they have to be on time, they can't go over budget. If they do go over budget, they can't bill the client. The whole group has a strict mentality that they have to meet the deadline. And so the other members feel that not informing Jessica in order to meet that deadline is what's necessary, and that's the main reason why they feel that they shouldn't involve Jessica. And so that loyalty and those laws is what's guiding their decisions not to tell Jessica. So what Barbara should do in this situation, she should first talk with Diane alone and express her values. Perhaps her values of why it's important to her as an accountant that she inform the client and her supervisor of all the details, that there's nothing too big or nothing too small, that's their duty as accountants. And then she should ask Diane why she is opposed to notifying Jessica, to try to discover those reasons and rationalizations as to why she doesn't want to inform her. If she refuses, she could then use levers such as, well, imagine how much worse we'll look if Jessica discovers it on her own, or what if this leads to resentment with the client and damages our relationship with them. Hopefully those should help convince Diane. And then finally, once Diane agrees to tell Jessica, she should then use these same values, express her same values to convince the entire group to tell Jessica. So a brief summary of the presentation. We talked about Barbara's dilemma, how she should give voice to her values, how this fits into Kohlberg's model, how they're at the conventional or pre-conventional level, and then finally what actions she should be taking. Are there any questions?